And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join Gary Grahams and the South Kitsap Band in our national anthem. Standing while the colors exit the field.
Hello and welcome to South Kitsap High School. Congratulations for joining in tonight, because it's not just any game, it's our homecoming game, and we're going to play our rival Shelton. It'll be a great game tonight, and the kickoff's going to be very soon. So we're going to go ahead and take it up to the announcers now.
Hello everyone and welcome to South Kitsap High School for tonight's 4A contest between the home team South Kitsap Wolves and the visiting Highclimbers from Shelton High School. I'm Darren Bowden, and joining me tonight in the booth is a very special guest, Mr. Josh Meeker, who graduated from South Kitsap High School last year and was also an outstanding athlete in 3 sports. And Josh, welcome to tonight's contest and joining me in the booth this evening.
Well, thank you, DB. It's great to be back here, you know, the alma mater, ready to enjoy a great football game.
Josh will be assisting me this evening as we are looking forward to a very good contest between 2 strong 4A high schools. The South Kitsap Wolves enter tonight's game ranked number 5 in the AP polls amongst the 4A classification with a record of 5-0, and the Shelton Highclimbers come into tonight's contest with a record of 1-4. And Shelton will have to be very concerned, like many schools are, with the strong, powerful running attack of the South Kitsap Wolves, led by number 24, Victor Valle. Victor Valle, a senior, is one of the many strong running backs that have come out of a long line of strong running backs here at South Kitsap High School as the captains head out to midfield for the coin toss, and it looks like it's just about every senior on the team that we have. So the Wolves will be meeting at midfield looking for the coin toss, and also, along with the strong running attack, as we have seen so far in the first half of the season, we have a very strong passing attack as well, led by 6'6" junior Josh Fullington. And Fullington has done a really good job running the offense for the Wolves. So we're looking forward to a very good football contest tonight on a beautiful evening. The wind is blowing slightly, but there's a little chill in the air, and this is true football weather here in the Kitsap County region. And Josh, tonight, what kind of a game can we look for between South Kitsap and Shelton?
Well, South Kitsap's running attack is definitely their strong point. If they can stick to that, the Shelton Highclimbers are going to be trying to climb their way out of a big deficit early on.
One of the strengths of South Kitsap they have shown this year is wearing their opponents down in the second half of play, usually getting out to a slower start than they would like, putting the nerves at a high optimum for head coach DJ Sigurdsson, but coming out in the second half and usually wearing their opponents down, and they have been successful on 5 straight occasions so far. So we will hopefully see a good football game here tonight between the two powerhouse football teams. Tonight is also the homecoming game for the South Kitsap Wolves, and we have had just a whole mess of activities going on this week for the homecoming activities as the Shelton Highclimbers finally come out onto the field here as the coin toss has been decided. As we were saying, lots of homecoming activities going on this week that we will be talking about throughout this contest, and it looks like the South Kitsap Wolves have elected to kick off, and the Highclimbers will be receiving, and usually doing the kicking duties, as he will this evening, will be number 5 for the Wolves, Hiram Davis, as we await the Highclimbers to get out onto the field to receive the kick. So Shelton comes out onto the field, and we are about ready to get this contest underway. Back deep to receive for Shelton will be number 22, Isaiah Tito, and number 37, Alonzo Bellin. So here we are, getting ready to kick off here at this homecoming game as Hiram Davis squibs it to the left. It will be bounces right in front of the Shelton receiver. That was Gordy Philpott, but he lets it bounce into the end zone, and in high school football, that is an automatic touchback, and so Shelton will get the ball at their own 20-yard line with no return, and right off the bat, we're going to see this South Kitsap defense on the field, led by a strong linebacking core of Andy Sund and Chris Anderson.
It is very important tonight for the Wolves to step up on defense, set the tone early to get those Shelton Highclimbers back on their heels.
Shelton comes out, split wide receivers in an I formation as they hand the ball to the running back in the backfield. He goes off left tackle. Isaiah Tito with the carry. A nice gain on the play. It'll be a gain of 7. We'll call it second down and 3 for the Wolves. Or, excuse me, for the Highclimbers. The Highclimbers hand the ball off again to Tito. Tato's able to get across the line of scrimmage for another big gain, a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be a first down for Shelton. So the Highclimbers are on the move, a couple of running plays, and they come out in the I formation once again. It'll be 1st and 10. There's the first pass. The pass is complete to number 12 for Shelton. That's Tom Creekpalm. Tom Creekpalm with the reception. A quick out into the right flat. The defense gave a lot of cushion there. The pass was complete by T.K. McIntosh, who is in at quarterback for Shelton. And just like that, the Highclimbers are on the move, almost at midfield, place the ball at the Shelton, we'll call it their own 47, just short of the 48, as they split 2 wide receivers to the left staying in that I formation. McIntosh hands the ball, a big hole on the right side. Oh, he stays on his feet. There goes Tito. He cuts to the inside. Now he's cutting all the way back. He might not be touched. He's getting down. Oh, he's slowed down near the 10-yard line, and he's going to be forced out of bounds by the defense.
Wow.
A huge gain by Tito.
Well, that was great vision out by the running back on the cutback. He saw the opening and he just went for it. What a great play out there. Number 21, Pat Kelly, bringing him down.
A huge opening for Isaiah Tato as he gets down to the 10-yard line. It will be just short of inside the 10-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for Shelton. They can still get a first down at about the half-yard line. So Shelton is on the move inside Wolf territory as McIntosh looks over the defense. He hands the ball off to number 36, and he bounces to the outside, cuts up the middle, and he gets down, but a flag comes flying in. So hold on to everything. That was Brandon Smith, a 5'10 senior with the carry, but usually a penalty flag thrown in that area means holding on the offense, and it is.
That's right. Looks like holding right there. One of the big linemen got outside and grabbed a hold of the jerseys.
So almost a 10-yard gain on the play, but negate that, move them back 10 yards, and it will be 1st down and 20 for Shelton. So a key penalty early on in this big drive by the Highclimbers. Place the ball at the just outside, we'll call it the 21-yard line.
Shelton looks like they're fired up, coming out, ready to go. South Kitsap's defense needs to step up and get a job done right now.
Isaiah Tato doing the bulk of the carrying tonight and the running duties, and he is gaining a lot of yards early on, primarily due to the gaping holes created by that offensive line as the Highclimbers send 2 wide receivers right. McIntosh pitches the ball to the right side, but he's not going anywhere. He's going to be taken down. Nice tackle by Nick Anderson, a senior for South Kitsap, and there will be a loss on the play, a huge loss on the play. Scoot him back. Looks like about another 7 yards. Nice job by Anderson.
That's a great job staying outside his block right there, reading the outside. At the Wolf position, your job is to stay outside and keep the sidelines.
Nick Anderson doing a great job there. So just like that, a key penalty and a nice defensive stop, and the Highclimbers will have a 2nd and 26 from their own 27-yard line. A little confusion in the backfield as they split 4 wide receivers. McIntosh drops back. Pass is coming. Oh, and he's taken down from underneath. Nice play there. Looked like he was tripped up by his own man, but I believe that was Chris Anderson who got in underneath him, and just like that, McIntosh went down like a ton of bricks. Chris Anderson doing a nice job on defense. He's been able to do that throughout much of the season. He's been strong enough to get in there and trip these guys up as the Highclimbers go to a 4-man wide receiver set once again. McIntosh drops it back, looks to his right. He's got a man open. That's number 12, Tom Creekpalm, with the reception, but not until he's just swarmed by a pack of wolves.
That's a great job swarming to the ball right there by the Wolf defense. The quick out right there got him off guard, but they ended up making a great play on the ball. Big 4th down right now.
The Highclimbers chipping away at this long down yardage drive here. They were on the move early, a couple of big plays. The South Kitsap defense settled in, and they were able to get their feet wet. And Shelton will go for it here on a long 4th down. They can still get a first down, but it'll have to be at the half-yard line as McIntosh, he now looks to his left. He's got a man open. Oh, and he throws into coverage, and it is complete, but it will be short of the first down. The pass was complete to Gordy Philpott. A nice throw there by McIntosh into triple coverage. The ball got in somehow, but it will not be enough for the first down. But the Wolves will take over on downs at their own 6-yard line, but they will be deep in their own territory, and they will have a long way to go for their first drive as well.
That's just a great job right there, bearing down. They had a 1st down and 10 inside the red zone, and the Wolves playing a great job on defense.
So we'll see what the Wolves can do here as big Josh Fullington is under center. They hand the ball off to Victor Valle, and he's not going anywhere. He's tripped up immediately. He might have gotten 1 on the play. They're not moving it forward very much. In fact, he did. We'll give him 1 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Victor Valle, number 24, a 5'8", 157-pound senior, amongst that senior core playing their final home game of the regular season, as Fullington takes a 3-step drop. He's got a man wide open, and it's Cody McCulley who makes a nice reception, gets past the 1st down marker. Nice throw by Fullington to McCulley, getting down to the 18, 1st down South Kitsap.
That's a great job right there. Cody McCulley using his hands, pulling the ball in. A lot of receivers nowadays, they try to catch the ball with their pads, and that's not what you're supposed to do. That was just an excellent job on the reception right there, Cody McCulley.
McCulley having a decent season this year, also a senior, part of this senior-laden team, as he briefly comes out for a moment as the Wolves break the huddle. So the Wolves doing a nice job starting at their own 6, and they are on the move as they are in a slot formation. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle. He's got some running room. He's going to bounce out to the outside. Oh, and he fumbles the ball, but it's going out of bounds. Valle went off left tackle. He had a lot of green in front of him, but as he made a juke to the outside, he fumbled the ball. Luckily for the Wolves, he fumbled it forward out of bounds, and the Wolves will retain possession.
Victor looked like he maybe just looked up right there, forgot to tuck the ball away before he tried to get to the outside.
So a nice run by Valle. A little help with the fumble going out of bounds, and the Wolves retain possession. Valle and big John Fuchs in the backfield for South Kitsap. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle. He's got a big hole. There goes Victor Valle, gets to the outside, and they're not going to catch him. It's a one-man. Oh! I can't believe it. He's taken down by Alonzo Bellin. It looked like he wasn't going to be taken down, but he caught up to him and had a shoestring tackle. And as we have seen throughout the year, you get Victor Valle to the outside, and he's almost impossible to take down. Nice tackle there, shoestring tackle by Alonzo Bellin.
That's great effort right there, bearing down and making that tackle on a huge gain by Victor Valle.
So the Wolves are on the move. Couple of running plays, 1 pass play. They started this at their own 6. They're moving into high climber territory. Fullington, he fakes the handoff, but he's taken down. Nice defensive stop there by number 6, Chris Mosier. Mosier was not fooled on that play. It was a nice fake by Fullington, faking the handoff to the left side, but he stayed at home and took him down.
Fullington looking downfield, trying to get that open man. Looked like he had Cody McCulley wide open, but he got blindsided right there. That was just a great tackle right there by number 6, Chris Mosher.
So after a big pass play, the Wolves themselves take a huge loss. It'll be 2nd and 19 from the Shelton 29. Fullington fakes. He does hand the ball off this time straight up the middle to Victor Valle. He scoots his way forward, and I think he's close to the original line of scrimmage down by the 20-yard line.
That looks like number 34 on that carry. Chris Anderson actually handing the ball off right there on the carry.
Anderson, a nice carry there, gets about 10 of it back, just past the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for South Kitsap, just inside the Shelton 20-yard line. So they're in the red zone with 4:35 here and knocking on the door. Hiram Davis split left. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle, but he's quickly taken down by some high climbers. Not much on the carry.
Tackle there by Ryan Patterson. That's a nice job, outside linebacker stepping up and making a play.
So Shelton holding their own here as the Wolves are trying to go on the move. And it looks like Hiram Davis will come out to attempt a long field goal. The ball is placed at about the 19. We're going to call this a 36-yard field goal attempt by Hiram Davis.
He's got the leg for it. Oh, they faked it.
They're faking it. Pat Kelly rolls to his right. He's looking for a man. He's going for it, and it's going to be intercepted by Shelton in the end zone.
Flags down.
Flags are flying everywhere. So hold everything. Enough flags waving down there like another parade just going through the middle of the field. Ineligible man down. We're not sure if it was an ineligible man downfield, but nonetheless, they're going to pick up those yellow hankies as the penalty will be on South Kitsap.
Yeah, it looks like the referee's talking to one of the captains from Shelton, so that's not a good sign for the Wolves.
The ball was intercepted by Shelton as South Kitsap faked a field goal attempt, and I believe the man was down inside the end zone, which is an automatic touchback. So the penalty will be declined, and Shelton will take over first down at their own 20-yard line. So both sides showing a bit of defense here. Both sides have taken the ball deep in their own territory, but have failed to get into the end zone. And Shelton will have another shot at it on offense as McIntosh looks over the defense. He hands the ball off to Tato. Tato gets near the original line of scrimmage. I think his forward progress will keep him there. Nothing on the gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Shelton.
Clayton Hutchins right there, big inside lineman stepping up. He's a junior, 6'1", 242. If I was running the ball for Shelton, I wouldn't want to run into that guy either.
He did a nice job of keeping Tato behind that line of scrimmage. So Shelton, now they go with split backs in the backfield. They hand the ball off. A little bit of juking and jiving here. I believe that was Tato again on the carry. Not much on the play. It'll be 3rd down. Ball carry was Isaiah Tato. He's a 6-foot sophomore. 193 pounds of him, doing a nice job. A good-looking runner. A gain of only 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Shelton.
Big 3rd down right here, deep in Shelton's territory. South Kitsap needs a step up.
So Shelton is looking to continue this drive here on the run as they're going. McIntosh, they send 2 wide receivers out to the left. He's got a man wide open. Pat Kelly on the coverage. It's going to be, it was almost intercepted. Nice defensive coverage there by the Wolves. Pat Kelly, a well-thrown ball by McIntosh. The pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th and 6 for Shelton as they will have to punt the ball away. Nice stop there by the secondary.
It's a great job staying with his receiver, number 21. Pat Kelly doing a nice job for the Wolves on defense.
The Wolves will send back Charlton Mason and Pat Kelly to receive the kick. Pat Kelly, he waves for a fair catch. He slips, but he lets the ball go. Takes a little bit of a Shelton bounce. But the Wolves will have very good field position. They'll have the ball at their own 44-yard line as they will take over 1st down and 10. So a nice defensive stop there by the South Kitsap Wolves. And they will take the ball over after the punt. And Josh, you got to admit that both sides on offense start out well, but the defense is just kind of kick in and stop everybody cold in their tracks.
That's right. They're looking good early in the drive, but for some reason they just can't get into that zone.
So the Wolves come out in the I formation, split wide receivers. Fullington, he's going to hit a quick hit to Nick Anderson, and he's hit hard. Nice pass. Fullington completes the pass to Nick Anderson. He'll be close to that first down marker. We might have a measure here.
What great concentration holding on to that football. You see a lot of guys going over the middle and they take their head off the ball. That's just a great job watching the ball in by Nick Anderson, number 8.
A well-thrown ball by Josh Fullington hit Nick Anderson in stride, but not until he was met by a group of high climbers, as the officials will bring the chains out onto the field for a measurement. And he does. He has a first down, so a nice 10-yard completion past midfield, and South Kitsap will have a 1st and 10 at the Shelton 47-yard line. So South Kitsap coming out with pass play here, having a strong running game, mixing it up a little bit here. There's a fumble on the play. Fullington looked like he pulled away from under center a little too quickly.
I think they fell on it.
The ball was fumbled, but he was able to recover it. Maybe a loss of 1 on the play, but the Wolves will maintain possession. It'll be 2nd and 11 for South Kitsap. And boy, we're sure seeing a nice crowd here tonight as the people are still coming in. But that's usually traditional here at Joe Knowles Field, especially on the eve of a homecoming game.
It's nice to see all these fans coming out to support their Wolves here at Joe Knowles Stadium. Can't find a better night to play some football.
We have very strong community support as Josh Fullington saw something he didn't like and decides to call the first time out for South Kitsap here in the game. And with 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play, we have no score as the Shelton Highclimbers, a new addition to the Narrows League this year, making it an even 16 teams in the Narrows League, joining the Bridge Division. And so we'd like to welcome Shelton and their school district to the Narrows League, making their first trip to South Kitsap High School. So the Wolves come over to the sideline. They try and straighten a few things out there as they meet with some of their coaches. Coach Sigurdsson for the Wolves is the head coach, DJ Sigurdsson. Assistant coaches Jim Fairweather, Eric Canton, Joey Dame, Casey Ogan, Dave Goodwin, Lyle Ballou. A great coaching staff here at South Kitsap High School. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle. He tries to dance around a little bit, but he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Maybe bounces forward a little bit. Might have gained a yard back or 2. Just barely past the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 9, South Kitsap.
That front line for Shelton sure doing a great job containing that inside run that the Wolves are so accustomed to running.
So South Kitsap with a big 3rd down play here. The Wolves come out in the I formation. Chris Anderson now in at fullback. There's a fake on the handoff. Fullington's being flushed out of the pocket. Rolls to his left. He's got a man open, and Nick Anderson. The pass is complete at the 30-yard line. Nice throw from Fullington. A big play there. About a 15-yard pass play. Fullington hits Nick Anderson. Fullington was being chased, faked the handoff, rolled to his left, being chased by a high climber, and was lucky enough to get the ball away and found Nick Anderson running out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And that's going to do it here for the first quarter of play, as we have ended this first quarter of play with a 0-0 tie. So early on, Josh, we're seeing a really good game by both teams.
That's right. Both teams have showed they can move the ball up and down the field. Although neither team has shown they can put the ball in the end zone. A couple of costly penalties hurt both clubs.
Meek, we were talking earlier about this strong community support, as it's fun to see old faces and new, parents, grandparents alike, former South Kitsap grads, all coming back here to watch this homecoming game, and it's just a pleasure to see a lot of people here. Like we said, we have a great coaching staff, and part of the addition that makes this South Kitsap football program such a good one are some of the other people who don't get a whole lot of recognition. And we would like to, throughout this football game, we would like to recognize some of those people who do such a great job. One group is our athletic medicine program, which is run by Mr. Patrick Olson and Mrs. Frida Evans, who have been doing a wonderful job with the athletic medicine program. And we have some student trainers, Aaron Carlson, Aaron Abbott, Amara Jaber, Carter Thomas, Kristen Miles. These are all excellent kids who do a great job and put in a lot of hours. As the Wolves come out and they pitch it to Victor Valle, he gets a nice block, gets hit takes ball to the outside, but he's hit by number 11, Jeff Kieberts, but not before a big gain. Nice run by Valle there. Gets about 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1 for South Kitsap, but hold everything. That ugly yellow hanky comes flying out, lying on the ground, and it looks like a holding penalty against the Wolves. So it's all coming back. And Josh, that's one thing that can kill a team, especially early on in a game, is penalties.
That's right. The momentum just shifts. You get a good run right there by Mr. Valle, and then it all comes back. It's like a momentum shift, 180 degrees.
So a nice running play negated there by a holding penalty, and the Wolves will have to scoot back, and it will be 2nd down and forever for the Wolves. Actually, it'll still be 1st down.
It's like 1st and 19 right now.
So the Wolves split 2 wide receivers to the left. Fullington, he's looking for his man, Hiram Davis, the intended receiver, out in the flat at the 35-yard line of Shelton, but the ball was a little low and a little in front of him. Uncatchable. It will be incomplete. 2nd down 19 for South Kitsap. Shelton doing a nice job here, stopping the Wolves on offense. Both sides doing an excellent job on defense. Fullington hands the ball off to Victor Valle, gets to the outside. There goes Valle. They're not going to catch him. He's going to get it to the end zone. Touchdown, Victor Valle.
Great job by the offensive line creating that big hole.
Victor Valle with a 38-yard touchdown run, and just like that, the Wolves get on the board.
It's about time. The Wolves, they've been moving the ball up and down the field, and you knew that was coming sometime, huh, DB?
Well, we knew that you get the ball to Victor Valle, getting to the outside, he's hard to take down. He almost had our touchdown in the first quarter, but this time he says, no one's going to trip me up this time, and he gets into the end zone from 38 yards out, and the Wolves are on the board. I think we're going to get a replay here as Hiram Davis's extra point attempt is good. And so with 11:21 remaining in the first half of play, actually the kick was no good. So the Wolves, nice run here by Victor Valle.
It's a great job just outrunning the defender, getting to the outside. That guy has some amazing speed, I tell you what.
Valle got into the end zone just on the outskirt reach of Jeff Kieberts for the Highclimbers. And now the South Kitsap Wolves lead Shelton 6-0 in this homecoming game here at South Kitsap.
Coach Sigurdson never wants to see that. That 1 point is always a big one, no matter what the score is. It could come back to haunt you, so it's very important to get that up, and you can see the frustration on Coach Sigurdson's face right there.
Well, the Wolves have pretty much all season gotten off to a slow start, but once they get going, they get their momentum change, and they do a really nice job. So we'll see what the Wolves can do here on defense, getting a little fired up as the stands are full here. We have a great crowd, former students, parents, everybody here that we talked about earlier. And what a great homecoming game that we're having here so far. Nice to see a bunch of faces. And at halftime of this game, we will have the band performing, and we will be introducing the homecoming court that they had the coronation last night as Hiram Davis, a shorter kick taken at the 28-yard line. That's Chris Mosier. It was a short kick by Davis, taken upfield.
Little squib right there from Hiram Davis.
A 9-yard gain on the return. But Shelton will have good field position coming out at their own 37.
South Kitsap needs to make a statement right now on defense. I'm sorry about that, DB.
No, that's okay. Some of the prior starting points for Shelton has been deep in their own territory, but they have a little more room to breathe with as the pitch is given to number 36, Brandon Smith, and he runs a little bit farther east and west than north and south, which a lot of coaches don't like. They want you to turn upfield. Doesn't get much on the play.
Great job right there, staying home, staying outside. Number 31, Cody McCauley, running him down.
He only gains a couple on the play. It will be 2nd and 8 for Shelton. So Brandon Smith sharing the running duties with Isaiah Tato here tonight for the Highclimbers. As we also have a new quarterback in, that's number 11, Jeff Kieberts, splitting duties with T.K. McIntosh. Another penalty flag. We'll wait and see what the call is from the officials. Illegal procedure against Shelton, so scoot him back 5. It'll be 2nd and 12 for Shelton. So a few more penalties here, stacking up against the Highclimbers. They have a tight formation. Ooh, they have a handoff going the other way to Tato. The Wolves not really fooled on the play. They're going to gain 3 on the play down to the 40. Looked like the running play was heading out to the right side, but Kieberts handed the ball off to Tato, and he cut back to the left side of the field. Was able to get 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Shelton. And the ball is placed at the Shelton 41. They send 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Kieberts, he's looking for his man to the left. A well-thrown ball. The pass is received by Chris Mosier. They'll be close to that first down marker. Been seeing some very well-thrown balls here by the quarterbacks, McIntosh and Kieberts for Shelton.
Looks like they're going to have to measure that one up. Great job right there by the quarterback, reading that little quick step, 3-step drop right there, hitting this man quick to keep the defense off guard.
So they will bring the chains out, looking for a measurement. Well, this is the last home game for the South Kitsap Wolves, as they will be on the road for the next couple of weeks. Friday, October 25th, South Kitsap will travel to Port Angeles, and then on Thursday, October 31st, Halloween, South Kitsap will play at Gig Harbor. An unusual Thursday night game. We'll have to check that schedule. Hopefully that's right, but the schedule we have right here in front of us is that the Wolves play at Gig Harbor on Halloween Eve.
That should be a scary night right now, right there, especially for those Gig Harbor Tides.
It could be a scary night for both teams. Gig Harbor's having one heck of a season. They've been holding their opponents to very little scoring, as it will be 4th down, and it's got to be a couple of inches to go here for Shelton. So they'll come out in the I formation. Most likely they'll be running that ball right up the gut. And a penalty flag comes out, and I think that Shelton took too much time.
I don't know. Hold that thought. I don't know. Number 23 on the Wolves looks like he's a little bit upset. The side judge came running in from the far side.
So Shelton getting a big break here as the defense was lined offside for South Kitsap. So Shelton's coaches have a little breathing room here, a sigh of relief, as the head coach for Shelton, Matt Hinkle, looked like he was real upset there, thought the penalty might have been against him, but it was on the Wolves. So Shelton will have a first down as Kieberts, he lofts the ball up. Oh, and it's going to be intercepted. It is. Craig Center for the Wolves, number 23. Kieberts threw the ball up, missed his intended receiver.
Great job, Craig Center right there. Coming back from the penalty, he was a little bit upset with himself, but comes back and makes an excellent play on the next one.
Had great position on the receiver, turned around to look at the ball just at the right moment. Jumped up, caught it, came down with it. Nice defensive play there.
Just a one-step drop and threw it out there.
Nice defense. Looked like the intended receiver was Gordy Philpott. So the Wolves will take over at their own 25-yard line. Fullington, he's got a man open. He's got Nick Anderson, and it's just barely overthrown at the 40-yard line. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Fullington's done that a couple of times this year. He's just got a rocket for an arm and just barely led Nick Anderson a little too much, and Fullington is just disgusted with himself.
He had a man right there. Nick Anderson had his guy by just a couple steps, and he would have had the zone wide open.
Don't count out Fullington. He did that against Central Kitsap. He overthrew several receivers, but boy, when the game came down to it and they needed a win, he got the Wolves down the field and that ball into the end zone. So Fullington, he hands the ball up. There goes Victor Valle. Victor Valle makes, oh, and he's hit down. He's taken down by Kieberts. Hit big. A penalty flag, though, comes flying in, so hold everything. Another holding penalty against South Kitsap. So Valle tried to get back as much as he could until he was taken down by Kieberts. But another holding penalty comes in, and I'll tell you, Meek, both sides have been seeing too much of that yellow flag.
You gotta hate to see those hankies come flying in. It just, like we were talking about earlier, it's just a momentum killer, and that's not what either team needs right now.
There's usually two main factors that contribute to a win or a loss, and that is in the area of turnovers and penalties. And so far, both sides have been seeing quite a few penalties.
It's a great point right there, DB. It's important to make sure to maintain the possession of the football and to not see any of those yellow hankies.
So the Wolves will come out with a 2nd and 12 deep in their own territory. We'll call it their own 22-yard line. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle. He tries to cut up around one of his would-be blockers. Nice carry by Victor Valle. Gets the ball down to the 37-yard line. And that's going to be a first down. Just like that, they were deep in their own territory, and Victor Valle says, I'm opening up the door and giving us a little more room.
Another huge hole right there produced by the offensive line. They are just giving it to those Shelton Highclimber defensive ends.
That's the one thing about South Kitsap, is that you think that they're in trouble, and just like that, they put their opponent in trouble. As the whistles blow here, as we have a stoppage of play, and look like Shelton saw something they didn't like, so they will use their first timeout. Both sides have 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half of play, and with 8:38 to go, South Kitsap leads Shelton 6-0. Well, we'd also like to announce some other key individuals who helped make this whole program go. We have the ball boys, Bradley Fairweather, Jared Edwards, and Corey Dame doing a nice job out there, making sure that the officials get good, clean footballs and that they're in and out of that field as fast as possible. But I know that the coaches really appreciate one group of individuals, the statisticians. Courtney Janes, Alex Fairweather, Mallory Lindberg, Jill Tannery, Ronnie Pease, Jennifer Whitford, Katie Tannery, and Jennifer Lindberg. And we can't forget the manager, Jessica Moran. Victor Valle gets a handoff, bounces to the outside, tries to cut back up the middle of the field, stays on his feet. There goes Victor Valle. He's now going to be taken down. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
3 broken tackles on that play. Ain't no chance of bringing down number 24.
A 63-yard touchdown run by Victor Valle. And just like that, the Wolves get back into the end zone. He almost caught me off guard. I'm trying to talk about other people in the program. That's how fast Victor is.
That's right. You blink, he's gone.
A nice touchdown run by Victor Valle. Got to the right side, looked like he would be taken down, but he escaped the tackler's arms. Like we said, you get him out to the open field, there's no stopping Victor Valle.
That's a great job right there. Just staying on his feet, breaking those tackles, using the legs, keeping going.
Valle having a big game here tonight. His final game as a South Kitsap Wolf. Already well over the 100 mark for yardage, as the Wolves are in the power I formation, and they will go for 2. Another flag comes flying in, a delay of game. So instead of the 3-yard line, they will attempt a 2-point conversion at the 8-yard line. So again, another penalty flag coming in there.
You take a look at that replay. Just great job cutting back right there, breaking a tackle, and just heading into that end zone. Good effort there by the Shelton Highclimbers, but there's no chance of bringing him down when he gets to the outside.
So the Wolves will still go for it here. A 2-pointer out of that power I formation. John Shepard and Big John Fuchs in there. They hand the ball off to Chris Anderson. He barrels his way over after he faked the announcer out, and it was a pass play incomplete. So once I get my eyesight checked here, I might be able to call the game correctly here, Meek.
That was such a great fake. It's even faked you out, Bowden. I didn't think that was possible.
Well, actually, I just wanted to show the audience some of the things you don't want to do as an announcer during a football game, and hopefully everybody did learn something, including myself.
That's all right. That's all right. We still love you up here in the booth.
It's good to have Josh Meeker back as we see a whole mess of new faces down here. Down on the field, we've got Bryce Hoisington down there. Chelsea James also down there. Nice to see everybody here at the homecoming game.
That's right.
As Coach Fairweather and Coach Dame meet with the Wolves, as they lead the Shelton Highclimbers 12-0 here with 8:26 left in the first half of play. So the Wolves with a couple of touchdown runs, 38 yards and 63 yards by Victor Valle, slowly starting to pull away here, give themselves a little bit more room at this homecoming game at South Kitsap High School.
The offense has really stepped up today, bringing the game, that's for sure.
Back deep to receive for Shelton is Isaiah Tato. Hiram Davis with the kick, but he's going to send it away from him. It will be fielded, and it's fumbled on the ball. The ball was fumbled. That was Alonzo Bellin. They're trying to keep that ball away from Tato. Bellin took the ball at about his own 24, hit him in the hands, slightly bounced forward, but he was able to fall on his own recovery. So Shelton will retain possession at their own 25-yard line. And they'll see what they can do over 75 yards with 8:23 to go.
This is a big drive right here for Shelton. Try to get some momentum going into the half.
Shelton comes out in the I formation. Looks like a blitz by the Wolves. They hand the ball off to Tato. He skips his way forward a little bit. Gets out to the 30, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for South Kitsap. Tato's been doing a nice job running the ball here. The big sophomore for Shelton.
That kid's going to be around for a few more years. He gets bigger, stronger. It'll be really hard to bring him down.
Shelton sends Gordy Philpott far to the right side. Tato, the ball carrier, tries to make his way to the outside. He's cutting for a break, being chased by Anthony Aguirre. Gets near that first down marker. They had to drop the sticks there. And it will be a first down. Yes, they will send the chains forward. So a nice run by Tato there.
Number 22 sure showed up to play today, Mr. Tato. A big kid, sophomore, stepping up. Having a great night so far.
So Shelton with the first down here. They hand the ball off to Tato. He stutters a little bit. Back into the game at quarterback for Shelton, number 7. That's T.K. McIntosh, a 6-foot senior, 165 pounds. So Shelton going with the 2 quarterbacks. A short gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Shelton.
Great job by the middle linebacker right there. Andy Sund stepped up and filled his hole, made a nice hit on the runner.
Shelton's been doing a nice job of that all evening. They kind of chip away at you, gain a few yards here at a time, and then you get that big play as they send 2 wide receivers to the right side. McIntosh pitches the ball. That's number 42, Ryan Patterson. But Patterson's met by another pack of Wolves. And the Wolves say, you're not going anywhere, mister, except backwards.
Great job right there by the defense. Staying home outside once again. Looks like number 23, Craig Center, getting his little 2 cents in on that hit.
So it'll be a loss on the play. It'll be 3rd and 12 for Shelton at their own 33. Little confusion there in the backfield by Shelton. McIntosh drops back. He's got a man open. He looks for him. Oh, and the pass is complete to Tato. Nice throw by McIntosh to Tato. He gets just past the 45. It'll be first down for Shelton.
The guy can run the ball and he can catch it too. Shelton Highclimbers really count on that number 22 to provide a lot of offense for him.
So Shelton is on the move here. McIntosh under center. Oh, is he hit hard? Are you kidding? That's Anthony Aguirre at the 45, and we heard that all the way up here. Looked like a few bones cracked on that one.
Lights out right there for the Shelton runner. Don't want to see that again. That's why you got to bring your game if you want to go outside and try to meet up with number 9, Anthony Aguirre.
Aguirre came flying in, tackled the ball carrier, made sure he knew just exactly whose territory he was on. McIntosh drops straight back. He's looking for a man out in the flat, and he's got him. The pass is complete. Tackled by Chris Anderson.
Great job right there, coming from the inside linebacker position to go all the way out there and make a tackle on the wide receiver.
So Shelton coming out, throwing the ball a little bit. Now moving into Wolf territory. The ball will be at the South Kitsap 46 as Shelton now sends trips to the left side. 3 wide receivers. McIntosh drops back. He's looking in that direction. He rolls. He decides to keep it, and he's going to be taken down. Nothing there. Nice defense by the Wolves. Not fooled on that play. Chris Anderson comes flying in. He's down momentarily. See his feet moving. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. The Wolves looked like they were a little confused there on the play. McIntosh wasn't sure who to throw to. Didn't have anybody open. Kept it, tucked it in, headed upfield.
Chris Anderson down on the ground right there. That's a tough kid. You never like to see a kid down, but you know he's going to bounce back up. That 5'9" junior, 208 pounds. He's a lot of muscle, that's for sure.
I think we're going to try and go down for a sideline report with Amy Powell. Amy, what do you have for us down there?
Yes. Okay, hello. I'm here with
Mallory Atkins.
All right, and how long have you been a cheerleader?
Actually, this is my first season as a football cheerleader. I've never done it before.
Okay, and how long does it take you guys to prepare a routine?
Oh my gosh, it takes so long. We have to practice and practice and practice, and we have stunts, and we have to practice some more and make sure they're perfect. If anything goes wrong, we can't do them. So a lot of practice.
That's crazy. And about how many routines do you have, like, memorized for you guys?
We have about 45 cheers for defense, offense, general, and then the school song, sideline dances, and stunts, and all that good jazz. So,
well, that's absolutely crazy. Are you guys cold out here tonight? It's really cold.
it's really cold because the wind goes like straight up your skirt, but we deal with it because it's still a lot of fun to be out here, and we're energized because we're out here having a lot of fun and jumping around, so we get pretty warm.
All right, that's great. You guys make the crowd feel a lot better. You're really happy. That's a great thing. Okay, well, I'm going to send back up to the announcers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for that sideline report, Amy. As Chris Anderson is now put on his feet, that's always a good sign. As the South Kitsap trainers are tending to the linebacker as he gingerly comes walking off the field there. Anderson looked like he might have had his bell rung a little bit, but he's a pretty tough character. So things are looking okay for Chris Anderson. Comes wobbling off the field just a little bit, but at least under his own power, which is usually a good sign. So we'll hope that everything is okay down there. Chris Anderson, he's an important figure in the South Kitsap defense and offense.
Number 27, John Shepard, comes in to replace him on defense.
So we have a big 4th and 1 play here for Shelton, coming out in the I formation. Looks like they're just going to try and draw the defense offside. Nice job by the Wolves not going for the fake, as Shelton will call a timeout here. So Shelton trying to deceive the defense a little bit, but it's not doing them any good, as they called a timeout here.
I can't believe you lost the camera, Dino. Dude, I did not lose the camera.
Yes, you did. You touched it last year. Let's just look for it, all right?
Okay.
Let's just look for it.
Okay.
Will you hear that?
What?
Camera?
Camera! Camera!
Man, we're gonna get in so much trouble for this.
What's this we stuff? I'm not the one who lost it.
Yes, you did. You lost it. You touched it last. You're the one who uses
This
it.
costs more than our life. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am.
Wait.
So we will resume play here. It's a 4th down and 1 play by Shelton, as they were going to go for it. We thought maybe they'd kick it away, but looks like they will go for it here on 4th down. McIntosh, they pitch the ball out to Tato, and Tato says, nuh-uh. The South Kitsap defense with a nice stop there, so you're not in Kansas anymore, Tato.
Great line right there, DB. That is just an excellent job right there, bearing down on defense for the Wolves.
South Kitsap will take over on offense. A nice defensive stop there. They had a 4th and 1 and called a timeout. Not sure why they called that timeout there. I thought they would punt that ball away. There's a lot of time left here, at least for South Kitsap, as Tommy Patrick is now in the game at quarterback, getting a little bit of playing time here. They hand the ball off to Victor Valle. He scoots his way up the middle. A gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 for South Kitsap at their own 48.
Number 11, Tommy Patrick, coming into the game. 5'9" junior at quarterback, win at 156. Looking for some playing time right now, late in the second quarter.
Patrick coming off a bad ankle, showing that he's okay. They hand the ball off to Valle, sidesteps his way around near midfield. A gain of 2, we'll call it 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Wolves.
Shelton needs to come up with a big stop right now on defense to help them try to gain some momentum going into the second half.
So the Wolves are looking to keep momentum going here. With just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Their own homecoming game, leading Shelton 12-zip. Nothing the Wolves would like more than to try and get into the end zone one more time as they send 2 wide receivers to the right. Patrick steps back. He's got Nick Anderson over on the right side, but he overthrows his man. Incomplete.
Good idea right there, trying to get a little life up the sidelines. Just overthrew him a little bit out of bounds.
So the Wolves go for it with a pass play on a short 3rd down. Incomplete, stops the clock. And the Wolves will have to kick the ball away. Shelton will get the ball with plenty of time remaining here. Nick Anderson doing the punting duties. The ball was exactly at midfield. Shelton sends back McIntosh. Nick Anderson with the punt. A nice kick. It's going to go over his head. It's going to take a South Kitsap bounce. And the ball's going to be down by Pat Kelly at the 2-yard line. We'll call it the 3-yard line. Nice job there. A 47-yard punt. And Shelton will have the ball with 2:25 left in the first half, deep in their own territory. Nice job by special teams for South Kitsap.
What a great job. Nice punt. Get a little roll, and Pat Kelly hustling down, making the stop right there, right before it gets into the end zone for a touchback.
Shelton has to be careful here. Give themselves a little bit of room. There's a lot of time left. You never know what could happen in this game. McIntosh stays in at the game. Tato with the carry, bounces to the outside. He doesn't get much. Gets up near their 5-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Shelton. So the Highclimbers still deep in their own territory. Hoping to come out of this play alive. Time is winding down here, under 2 minutes to go now in the first half of play. McIntosh under center. They hand the ball off straight up the middle to the fullback. Again, a small gain on the play. South Kitsap calling time here. Good strategy by the coaches. The Wolves could get the ball back here. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Shelton, so good management by the defense. And South Kitsap, if they get a good stop here, should be able to get the ball back in decent territory.
Great call by the coaching staff right there. Stopping the clock with 1:32 left, and hopes they get the ball back, have a chance to score again right before the halftime.
Shelton thought they might be able to just run the ball and run the time off the clock going into halftime. But the Wolves have something else in mind. Trying to get that ball back and maybe attempt a couple of extra long plays here. Get into that end zone. Lengthen that cushion of the lead at 12-zip. So Shelton comes out. It'll be 3rd and 6 from their own 7-yard line. McIntosh fakes, rolls to his left. He's got a man open, but he misses him. Oh, and he's just on the outstretched hands. Oh, and the pass is complete. Nice throw by McIntosh. And he's hit pretty hard near his own 12-yard line.
Looks like number 27, John Shepard, on the hit on the quarterback, but just a great job concentrating on his receiver and making the pass.
The pass was complete. McIntosh was almost taken down by Devin Spencer. Just got out of the reach of Spencer's hands. Continued rolling to his left, had a tough throw, throwing across his body.
That's a tough kid right there. Also number 7, McIntosh from the Shelton Highclimbers, hanging in there, making the throw.
Nice throw by Shelton, giving them a little bit of extra breathing room, getting down to their own 26-yard line. So we'll see what Shelton decides to do here. As Brandon Smith comes out of the game, now they split 2 wide receivers to the right side. That's Philpott and Robbins. Ball's handed off to the first man, the fullback.
Looks like number 42 on the carry. That's Ryan Patterson.
Shelton will take their last time out. Jeff Kieberts comes back in at quarterback, giving McIntosh just a quick spill. McIntosh shaken up just a bit on the last play. Had to come out for just a brief moment. So Shelton will take their final time out here in the first half of play. And they trail South Kitsap 12-0 with 53 seconds left in the first half. We have a nice halftime show coming up for you folks here at South Kitsap High School. We'll have the performance of the South Kitsap High School Band, and we will have the introduction of the homecoming court here at South Kitsap High School. A great bunch of kids that we will sorely miss when graduation rolls around this June.
Now don't you cry on me, Bowden.
I'll try and hold back the tears, Meek. So the Highclimbers send out 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. He's got Robbins split far to the right side. They might go for the Hail Mary here. And there's guy that plays dead before it started. False start on the offense. Patterson for Shelton, a little anxious, moving before the ball was snapped. A little sloppy play here before the end of the first half of play. So eventually we're going to get a play run here. 52 seconds left in the game. As the clock starts again, Tom Creekpalms now comes into the game. And again, once again, the official stopped play here.
Lots of whistles early on here in the first half at Joe Knowles Field. It's kind of starting to ring in my ear a little bit.
Well, I know just a little bit of sloppy play here. The officials look like they want to get the correct time put on the score clock, and they do. So things not running too smooth here towards the end of the first half of play. Seems to be a little miscommunication as the head official comes over talking to Coach Sigurdsson for the Wolves. They're wanting to reset the clock. A little bit of technical difficulties here, there they got it. The clock is reset at 53 seconds, so we'll get a play underway here sooner or later. So Shelton comes out. They have 2 wide receivers split to the far side. They're in a 4 wide receiver set. Patterson, the lone man in the backfield. McIntosh ready to go. He drops back. He's being chased. He's got a man open. He hucks it down there, and the pass is incomplete. It was intended for Gordy Philpott. 2 men on the coverage for the Wolves, but I see a flag comes flying in, and that might be in the area of pass interference, so hold everything. And it's offensive pass interference against Shelton.
Looked like the receiver tried to push off a little bit on number 21 right there. Pat Kelly on the defense.
So Shelton will be backed up here. Offensive pass interference against Philpott. He tried to alter his pass route and slow down so he could catch the ball, but the pass was incomplete. So Shelton will come out. It'll be 3rd down and 2 miles to go. They send 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. McIntosh looking for someone. He drops straight back. He's just going to air it up. He's got a man down on the far right side, and the pass is incomplete.
Good coverage out there by Craig Centers, staying with his man and not giving him a free side of the football.
His intended receiver was number 6, Chris Mosier. So it'll be 4th down and still 2 miles to go with 41 seconds left in the game. And the Wolves could get something going here, but I can only imagine that Coach Sigurdsson and his staff would like to just get this thing underway, run the time off the clock, and go into halftime with a 12-0 lead. But stranger things have happened as Shelton will punt the ball away. The kick is up. It'll be fielded by Pat Kelly at the 45-yard line. He sidesteps, cuts back to his left, cuts upfield before he's taken down by a group of high climbers at the 38.
Never know what could happen right now. Coach Sigurdsson looks like he's talking to his quarterback, trying to decide what they want to do with this last 28.6 seconds left in the first half.
Josh Fullington will come back in at quarterback for the Wolves. And the Wolves have relatively good field position with 28 seconds left in the game, so the Wolves might have something up their sleeve. Maybe look for some kind of a long pass play. Nick Anderson, one of Fullington's favorite receivers. But instead of Nick Anderson, we've got Hiram Davis and Cody McCulley. So Fullington, he's looking for Hiram Davis. Oh, and he's hit hard. Fullington dropped. That's number 52 for Shelton. No name for number 52, but the pass is incomplete because Fullington's taken down, and we have a stoppage of play here. There's a timeout by South Kitsap. It'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Wolves at their own 43-yard line. So slow play here towards the end of the first half. Wolves still enjoying a nice 12-0 lead here as Coach Sigurdsson has got to be talking to his guys about, hey, we've got to get this ball down the field or get something going so we can run this clock out. Shelton has no more timeouts. As we prepare for our big halftime gala event, it's homecoming week. Tonight's the big homecoming game. Tomorrow night at South Kitsap High School, the big homecoming dance. So I think that the homecoming is the theme of the week.
Sounds like it, huh, DB?
So the Wolves break the sideline huddle from the timeout. Fullington has 2 wide receivers to the right. Nick Anderson now back in the game. Fullington, he's looking for his man. He's got Hiram Davis. The pass is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 14 for the Wolves. So with 14 seconds left, Fullington get the last play here. I can only imagine the Wolves might try and run this out. We'll see what they have to do here. Victor Valles, the lone setback in the backfield. Fullington, he's got 2 men to the right side. He's going to air it up. He's looking for Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson goes up for it, and the pass is incomplete. Nice coverage by Jeff Kieberts on the play. That's also Mike Montoya. So Anderson had a whole mess of high climbers there trying to stop him from catching that pass. It'll be 4th down with 9 seconds left in the game. We'll have to see what the Wolves try and do here, as we also have another special guest who has just joined us in the booth and will be here for the halftime show. Our beloved principal of South Kitsap High School, Mr. Dave Colombini. And Mr. Colombini, thank you for joining us here tonight in the booth.
Well, good evening, Mr. Bowden. It's my pleasure to join you
Bullington drops back. He's got a man, and the pass is going to be intercepted. He was looking for Nick Anderson streaking down the sideline. And the ball is intercepted by Shelton with 4.2 seconds remaining. And Mr. Colombini, you have to admit this is one of the longest halves of football that we've ever seen here at South Kitsap High School.
I would have to agree. It's just kind of dragging along, but the Wolves are hanging in there, and wish we had 2 more points on that board to make it 14-zip.
So Shelton will come out with 4 wide receivers. Going to give it the old heave-ho Hail Mary. McIntosh gets set under center. He drops back. He's looking for him. He zips it out there, but the pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Chris Mosier, but that'll be it here for halftime as South Kitsap leads Shelton 12-0 here at the homecoming game at Joe Knowles Field at South Kitsap High School. And boy, do we have a nice show for you here at halftime and for the big homecoming crowd that we have here tonight. The South Kitsap High School Marching Band will be coming out onto the field to perform. Shortly thereafter, we will have the announcement with the help of Dave Colombini and Josh Meeker of the homecoming court, who will be circling around the track here at on our really nice new track that we had put in last year. So we have a nice homecoming event coming on here, don't we, Mr. Colombini?
Hey, we surely do. And I'll tell you that South Kitsap band is looking great this year. Our new band director, Mr. Gary Grams from Montana, doing just a marvelous job with those Wolves out there. He has them out there on the field marching. They're out practicing on Saturdays. We're really pleased and proud to have him here, bring back a little SK pride in that band program.
Nice to have the band coming out to perform, along with the South Kitsap High School flag team.
Always great to see the band out at the games, playing, getting the fans all fired up, ready to go. And looks like...
And what would a high school game be without a high school marching band? As we've had a lot of good performances by bands in the past. So we're getting ready here for the South Kitsap High School Marching Band coming out onto the field.
Well, Meek, you know what? Josh Meeker, it's always great to see you. It's always great to see you. What's going on with you these days?
Well, currently I'm attending Olympic College in Bremerton. Happy to be there. Enjoying the college atmosphere, and it's a new thing for me, and I'm having a great time. But you know what? It's always great to come back here and see you, Mr. Colombini.
That's the one fun thing that we like about homecoming here at South Kitsap High School. A lot of former students coming back, big crowd, a lot of friends and family members coming out here as the stands are just full on the home side here at South Kitsap, as we are getting ready for the high school band to come out onto the field.
Jennifer Buddy and her father, Robert Buddy. Katie DeLapp and her mother, Marjorie.
What a great time we had last night at coordination, and it's just a really fun event. Kids are so proud, and they're just the heart and soul of South Kitsap. All those kids spend so many extra hours in the community doing great and wonderful things, and also in our school. We're very, very proud of them and all of their accomplishments, and we certainly wish them well in their futures. It's so fun to watch them come in as sophomores and grow and mature in just in a short 2 years to be very enthusiastic, bright, articulate, intelligent young men and women.
Looks like right now the band members greeting their parents out on the field.
One of the exciting things about South Kitsap, it's been a nice compliment for our beloved high school this week. A nice article that came out in the Bremerton Sun talking about South Kitsap athletes also scoring well in the classroom. And the article contained information talking about competitors on all of the athletic teams who have earned an average, grade point average, of at least 3.0, which does meet the standard for the WIAA's Scholastic Award. So our hats off to all of the student athletes participating in sports here at South Kitsap High School. For example, the football team is 5-0, ranked number 5 in state. The girls soccer team, led by head coach Eric Bergeson, leads their division, and the volleyball team is in second place. So the athletic program here not only doing well in their standings, but also shining in the classroom. And Dave, I think that that's one of the great things that we have here at our high school, is that we like to accomplish everything very well on and off the playing surfaces.
Well, that's one of the aspects why this high school is so special, because coaches like yourself, I mean, everyone in this school, whether they're in the classroom or coaching after school, want excellence from our kids. And what's great to see is that the kids have respect for that. They really do have respect for that, and it's really an honor to have every single fall sport have above, as a team, all those kids have above an average of a 3.0. Some are higher, but what an honor and just a blessing it is to have that at our school. So we're very proud of having that expectation here at South Kitsap.
One of the interesting parts about this award that the South Kitsap athletes have achieved is that our athletic director, Steve Reichman, who coached here at South Kitsap High School for about 26 years, said that South Kitsap teams have received the award in the past, but he couldn't remember the last time that all 6 had met the standards. So for football, girls swimming, boys tennis, girls soccer, volleyball, and cross country, including about 200 athletes in all. So our hats off, and a lot of praise and approval for the job of all the coaches here at South Kitsap High School for their student athletes. So now I think we're getting ready for the band's performance here at halftime. So let's throw it down to the band on the field. We're back here at halftime as the South Kitsap High School marching band is marching off the field, and we will be getting ready to present the homecoming court that was presented last night at South Kitsap High School here for you this evening. We'd like to extend a big thank you to two individuals very helpful in the presentation of the homecoming court. Scott Alexander from Gold Mountain Golf Course and Mark Knowles out at Trophy Lake have graciously donated the use of golf carts to drive our students around the track here as they will be presented to this big home crowd here at the high school. So we'd like to thank Scott Alexander and Mark Knowles for helping us here at tonight's homecoming game.
Fort.
So the court is coming around here. The homecoming court will be coming around here. First up, the first two that we'll have, Jillian Thayer and Josh O'Donnell. Josh O'Donnell will be unable to come out as he is a football player. Several members of the homecoming court are football players, so they won't be able to. They're inside listening to Coach Sigurdsson and everyone else. But Jillian Thayer, whose parents are Jim and Vicky Thayer, is also a natural helper and a member of the Honor Society. Josh O'Donnell, whose parents John and Sandy O'Donnell, is one of the captains of the football team and is also a member of the Honor Society here at South Kitsap.
It's fun to see Josh tonight. I've known Josh for years, ever since he was a little kid. When I spent a lot of years down at Marcus Whitman, I used to coach with his dad, John O'Donnell, and know the family really well. So it's nice to see that. And Sandy owns the doll shop here in Port Orchard, and we thank Sandy O'Donnell for all her support here at South Kitsap High School over the years and in the district. Jillian, a great student here at South Kitsap High School, involved in just about anything you can imagine that that does outreach to a lot of great organizations in and out of the school.
Next, coming down the runway here, the home stretch, Tasha Wagner, whose parents are Kurt and Lori Wagner. Tasha is a member of the girls tennis team and the ASB and is being escorted by Brian Cox, whose parents are Don and Julie Cox. Brian is a member of the basketball team and the baseball team. Two great kids coming down here. Brian, I've known Brian for a while. Great young man, and what a lot of people don't know is Brian is an excellent golfer. Had an opportunity to play with him this summer, and we played one time, and Brian shot a 76, which was great, and you should have seen him on the back nine. So anyways, we've also got Jennifer Whitford, whose parents are Dan and Sue Whitford, is a member of the volleyball team and also of the ASB. Evan Brumfield, whose parents are Ben and Teresa Brumfield, is a member of the baseball team and the swim team.
Evan's a great kid as well. Funny guy to talk to.
Samantha Dias, whose parents are Dave and Shelley Dias, is also a member of the senior class, a senior class senator and the ASB, along with John Fuchs, who is the son of Bud and Lois Fuchs. He's a member of the football team and the DECA club. Also coming down the way is Emily Winslow, whose parents are Dawn and Brett Winslow. She's a member of the DECA club and the ASB. Devin Spencer whose mother, Susan Spencer, is here tonight. He is a member of the football and wrestling teams. Also coming down is Brittany Lyman, whose parents are Brian and Terry Lyman. She's a member of the FCCLA and the Key Club. Following behind Brittany is Travis Peterson, whose parents are Alan and Kim Peterson. She is also, or Travis is also a member, is the senior class president and is the treasurer of the National Honor Society. We have Brittany Freeboth, whose parents are Rick and Carrie Freeboth, is a member of the Honor Society and the FCCLA. Andy Sund, a football player, and at halftime, whose parents are Tim and Nancy Sund. Andy also plays baseball. Also coming down is Shayna Coyer, whose mother is in attendance tonight, Kim Coyer. Shayna, a great kid, is a member of the DECA Club and the ASB. Doug Sackerson, whose parents are Chuck and Tommy Sackerson, is the ASB treasurer, and Doug is also a pole vaulter for the track and field team here at the high school. Also coming down the way is Jessica Giusti, whose parents are David and Carol Giusti, is a member of the ASB and also the Ignite Mentoring Program. Dustin Johnson, whose mother is here tonight, Corey Johnson, is a member of the wrestling team and also the vice president of the ASB. Also joining us as part of the homecoming court, Nicole Bates, who is a princess, whose parents are Jim and Kathy Bates and Stacy Simmons Bates. She is involved with athletic medicine and the vice president of the Honor Society. One of the princes voted in the homecoming court, Sean Garrett, whose parents are Rod and Debbie Garrett, is a member of the athletic medicine training team and was once the former football manager. Also joining us, one of the other princesses, Jacqueline Gualco, whose parents are Benji and Holly Gualco. She's a member of the swim team and is also the senior class secretary and treasurer. Nick Anderson, who is also a prince of the homecoming court, parents Kendall and Brenda Schroeder, is one of the captains of the football team and a long jump, triple jump specialist for the track and field team. And also joining us, the top two, Allie Ryan and Trevon Curry, the king and queen of the homecoming court. Allie Ryan, whose parents, Frank and Liz Yaminski and Bill Ryan, is a member of the DECA Club and the ASB. And Trevon Curry, whose parents are Thomas and Jackie Curry, is a member of the basketball team. So here we have the wonderful, the talented, the beautiful homecoming court here at South Kitsap High School. And Dave, you have to admit that this is an exceptional group of young people that we have here at our high school.
Outstanding, Darren, just outstanding. And every year we take out the court after coordination. We go down to Tweetins and we treat them to some dessert. And it's just great to be with them because they're just quality folks, each and every one of them. Great athletes, a lot of them. Great students, like Nicole Bates, for an example, is a National Merit Scholar semifinalist right now. We are so proud of her, and we wish her the best of luck. And we've had another National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, Carissa Wright, and we wish her the best of luck as well. So you are so right. We are so proud of our kids here in homecoming and just in general here in South Kitsap High School. We see Tasha and Wagner with her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Wagner there. Kurt works for the district and doing a great job here, and he's the assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction. A lot of these fine, outstanding students have aspirations to move on and continue their education elsewhere. They've got their whole lives ahead of them.
There we have Brittany Lyman and Samantha Dias.
Couple
There
of
we
great
have
kids right there.
There we have Shayna Coyer. I've had Shayna in class last year as a junior. She's an absolute sweetheart and just a member of such a great class of seniors that roam the halls at South Kitsap.
Always fun to see Roscoe Big number 61.
Hey, who let the dogs out?
I'm not sure, but it looks like a couple more dogs are heading their way onto the field.
So once again, we have a great group of kids coming out here. The homecoming court that was brought out here onto the field around the track here, presented to this beautiful homecoming crowd, a huge crowd this evening, packing the stands here at South Kitsap High School. A great group of seniors that will be sorely missed after this year. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce one more time the 2002 homecoming court led by King and Queen Allie Ryan and Trevon Curry. Again, we'd like to thank Scott Alexander and Mark Knowles for the use of the golf carts here. They work at two great golf courses here in the Kitsap County region, Gold Mountain and Trophy Lake, two golf courses that have become two of the best courses in the entire Northwest. If you've never played at either of those places, you ought to try it. You'll love it.
Nice to see Kelly Evans, last year's princess, at coordination last night. Kelly's at the University of Washington, doing a great job over there.
I think we're going to be going to a promo right now.
My day's been so bad today. The people at school, I try to talk to them, but they don't talk to me. They just ignore me. I'm almost failing all of my classes. And like, I try to talk to the teachers, but they don't listen to me either. And like, I don't even have friends. And like, it just seems like it's not worth it, you know? Like, to even come to school or do anything. I should just stay at home and like, I don't know, stay in bed all day, play with my cat or something, because like, I don't know, it just seems that nobody cares, and like, it's not worth it anymore. Not to make me feel this bad.
Well, here we are. We're getting ready for the second half of play. We'd like to thank Mr. Dave Colombini, the principal here at South Kitsap High School, for joining us here at halftime. And Dave, we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule this evening to come up here for the really big shoe to join us here in the booth.
Thank you, Mr. Bowden. It's always a pleasure to come up. And Josh, it was great seeing you.
You as well, too.
You're a wonderful human being. We miss you around here.
Well, I miss you guys as well.
And I want to thank Video Productions for their fine work, too. So have a great half, and on South Kitsap.
No. Thank you. Mr. Dave Colombini, our principal here at South Kitsap High School, as both teams have come back out onto the field, getting ready for the second half of play, as more pictures are being taken downstairs with the homecoming court. Just a beautiful young group of people that roam the halls here at South Kitsap High School, as the Highclimbers will be kicking the ball off to South Kitsap. Nick Anderson and Victor Valle back to receive the kickoff for the Wolves. And the kick is up. It's going in the direction of Valle. He's going to let it take one bounce, fields it. Gets out to barely out to the left side. Not much on the return there.
Looked like about 5 or 6 yard gain right there by Victor Valle getting to the outside.
So the South Kitsap Wolves will have possession at their own 28-yard line here at the beginning of the second half of play. The Wolves lead Shelton 12-0 here. So here we go for the second half of play at the homecoming game, as Victor Valle takes the handoff. He hits the hole hard. He puts his shoulder down, runs over the would-be tackler, and he makes his way over for a nice gain. Nice run by Valle. Valle getting some big yardage again here in another game, getting close to the double century mark.
South Kitsap not wasting any time coming out and hitting the Shelton Highclimbers hard right in the mouth.
This is where the Wolves are tough. They try and wear down their opponents in the second half as Cody McCulley splits to the far right side of the field. Fullington, he hands the ball off to Valle, sidesteps his way, gets up the middle. There goes Victor Valle, another big run. Past midfield, down near the 38-yard line. Nice run by Valle.
Great footwork right there, just finding his way, stepping through the hole, using the step. Oh, atta baby.
Victor Valle with a couple of big yardage gains here early in the second half of play. And the Wolves, they mean business here as Valle comes out for a little breather, and in comes Pat Kelly.
Great job coming out with enthusiasm and coming out ready to play in the second half for the Wolves. They are not wasting any more time.
They hand the ball off to Pat Kelly. Trips up a little bit, didn't get much on the play. Maybe a gain of 1. It'll be second down. We'll give him 2 on the play. It'll be, that's a gain of 1. We'll give him second down and 9 yards to go for the Wolves.
Shelton's defense really needs to bear down and work on the offensive line of the South Kitsap Wolves. They can get them tired out, then it might be a different story here in the second half.
Fullington under center. Fakes the handoff. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking for Nick Anderson, but he's also, and he throws the ball behind. That's Mitch Baroni at the 30-yard line, threw behind his intended receiver. The pass is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 9 for South Kitsap. He had Nick Anderson open down the field there, Meek, but his intended receiver, Baroni, was at the 30, had him, but he threw the ball just a little bit behind him.
Well, big number 19, familiar target out there. Looking for him maybe to get some yardage, short yardage on the bootleg right there.
And the last time I was calling a number 19 was your number there, big boy, last year.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Funny how time flies as the Wolves face a 3rd down. Fullington drops back. He's looking for a little screen. He's got a man wide open. It's Victor Valle. There goes Victor. He gets out of the tackle. Nice job by Valle. Gets down to the 20. He'll have the first down into Shelton territory, getting inside the red zone.
Great job.
Nice little screen pass play there for Valle. Had a lot of room. Nice job there.
Great job by the quarterback, Fullington, to let that play develop and then dumping off the pass to Valle and let him do his thing.
A lot of people here in attendance at the homecoming game. Fullington, 2 wide receivers to the left. He hands the ball off to Valle, but he's taken down quickly, thrown backwards. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. He'll have nothing on the gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Wolves.
Good job right there by the defense of Shelton. Their front line really trying to bear down right now, going up against that tough offensive line of the South Kitsap Wolves.
Got a big shout out going down there to Ryan Douglas Reed, Kelly Evans, 2 former South Kitsap grads back home enjoying the game. Nice to see everybody.
That's right.
Wolves have a 2nd and 10 here. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle on a little counter. Jukes and jives his way down for another big gain, and a flag comes flying in. A late penalty flag. That's usually in the area of a personal foul. Valle got down near the 10-yard line.
Good tackle right there by number 11, Jeff Kiberts.
And there is a personal foul that will be assessed against Shelton. Could be a little trash talking going on. Didn't see any pushing or shoving. Sometimes the behaviors can run a little rampant. People start talking a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was a late hit or anything. Might have been just some words being said.
Unnecessary roughness against Shelton, so half the distance to the goal. The Wolves are going to have a 1st and goal from the Shelton 5-yard line.
Big opportunity right here for the Wolves. Need to execute on offense and get into that end zone with this short yardage.
So another penalty just gets the Wolves closer to that goal line. Wolves most likely coming out in that power I formation. They have to hurry up. They don't want to get called for a delay of game. Follington hands off to Valle. There he goes. Victor Valle gets up right through the middle. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Victor Valle, 5 yards out as he gets his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Great job moving his feet towards the line of scrimmage. No waiting back there, no hesitation on the play. Nice job by number 24, Victor Valle.
It's hard to stop that power I formation, Meek, as they get those 2 big blockers in the backfield, creating an already big hole by the offensive line, allowing the running back to get right into the end zone, practically untouched.
Don't want to mess with number 45, John Fuchs right there, coming in with a full head of steam. Big guy, got some power on him.
So the Wolves get on the board here with 8:54 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Hiram Davis comes out to attempt the extra point after touchdown.
As you can see on that replay, offensive line just shutting them down.
Hiram Davis with the kick, and it is no good. So 3 touchdowns by the Wolves give them an 18-0 lead. And they have been unable to convert on the extra points. But starting to slightly pull away now. Again, this is what we've talked about in the past. One of the strengths of South Kitsap is the ability to pull away from their opponents in the second half of play, wearing them down. And just as we saw right there, the Wolves get into the end zone.
That's right. That the week of practice was preparing for the opponent, and a lot of the part of practice is conditioning, getting ready for the second half of football games, and that's where South Kitsap's always been strong, and they are especially strong tonight.
Victor Valle scoring from 5 yards out, adding to it a 63-yard touchdown run and a 38-yard touchdown run in the first half, giving him 3 for the night. On his way to a big evening, getting close to the 200-yard mark in rushing already, as Hiram Davis prepares to kick the ball away to Shelton. So the kick is up. It's going to be taken by Tato. Tato takes the ball at the 16-yard line. He gets upfield near the 30. We'll call it the 29. A nice return there. 14 yards on the return by Tato. And Shelton will have the ball at their own 29-yard line. So Shelton will have to get something going here, or we could be saying an early good evening to them.
That's right. Down 18-0. They got no momentum. Need to step it up, pick it up right now, and try to get something done against this tough South Kitsap defense.
South Kitsap getting a little bit of the momentum going their way as they send Robbins and Creekpalm to the right. McIntosh in at quarterback for Shelton. They hand the ball off to Tato. He stutter steps a little bit. Heads up the middle, not much on the gain.
It's like about 3 yards right there.
2nd and 7 for Shelton. So they decide to stick with the running game despite being down by 18 points. A lot of time left in this game, though. Don't count Shelton out now.
No way. They got a bunch of tough kids out there. They're going to fight all the way to the finish.
Shelton sends 2 wide receivers to the right again. I formation. McIntosh hands off to Tato. Has a little opening, gets down to the 35. Another gain of 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Shelton.
Shelton just keeps punching away 3 yards at a time, going right up the middle, right at that South Kitsap defense, right in the middle of the core of their defense.
Shelton trying to keep this drive alive. Don't want to give it up too early for the Wolves, or things could get ugly. So
big 3rd down. Big 3rd down play right here for Shelton.
Robbins split far to the right side of the field. Gonna stop everything here. That could be a delay of game on Shelton. Looked like they were a little hesitant coming out of the huddle. The South Kitsap defense clapping. Scoot him back 5 more yards.
Looks like Shelton a little tardy up to the line of scrimmage right there. Trying to decide what they want to do with the football on a 3rd down and 4. Now it's a little bit more difficult stepping back to a 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 for Shelton. Again, and adding another penalty. McIntosh trying to figure out what to do here for this high climber offense. He fakes the double handoff. He's rolling to his right, looking for a man. Decides to keep it, puts his head down, but he's not going to get very much there. He just had nobody open.
John Fuchs running him down right there, big 45. Getting a little bit excited out there on the field.
Hard to pass the ball to somebody when no one's open. So Shelton will be forced to kick the ball away. Can't go for it as they're too deep in their own territory. Ball's at their own 32. Cody McCulley and Pat Kelly back to receive. It's going to be fielded by McCulley at his own 30. Oh, and he hits the ball. The ball hits the ground and then hits him, bobbles it. Not a clean reception. That's always a nightmare for special teams coaches on a punt team. Want to make sure you catch that ball as the field is littered with more flags.
Like a laundromat out there tonight.
If I'd have known that, I'd have brought some laundry from home. They could have done it for me down there on the field. So the officials are meeting about near the 40-yard line. Have to wait and see what it is. And it's a defensive holding on South Kitsap, so hold everything. If it's a defensive holding before the kick, it would be assessed against South Kitsap, and Shelton would have an automatic first down.
Yeah, it all depends on when the penalty occurred, but it looks like they're moving them way back. That could be a very bad sign for the South Kitsap.
Shelton celebrating a little bit here, and I think that they will retain possession of the ball, so, and it will be a first down for Shelton, so a costly defensive holding penalty against South Kitsap will allow Shelton to maintain possession. They'll take over first down at their own 42-yard line, so Shelton getting a break here.
They seem to be getting a lot of breaks tonight, DB. I think South Kitsap should be putting them down a little bit more into the ground, but giving them a chance with those penalties.
So we'll see what Shelton can do here, try and capitalize on the penalty. They hand the ball straight up the middle. That's number 42. It's big Ryan Patterson, the 6'1", 235-pound senior fullback, and he barrels his way up the middle. A gain of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3 as he gets to near midfield. We'll call it the 49.
Shelton looking like South Kitsap out there running that isolation play right up the middle as everyone's accustomed to South Kitsap running in the past.
So Shelton keeping the drive alive here. Now, penalty flag coming back here. Looked like one of the wide receivers could have been the left side of that offensive line, moving just a little bit. Coaches had to be frustrated with that. Shelton getting near double digits in penalties this evening. Illegal procedure on the offense, scoot him back 5 yards.
Referees are having a little competition out there for themselves so you can throw the most hankies.
It'll be 2nd and 7 as the South Kitsap cheerleaders doing a good job trying to get this homecoming crowd revived, keeping the spirit alive here, trying to stop these high climbers as the man goes in motion left. McIntosh looks for the quick hit. He's got a man on the slant towards the inside. A couple of tacklers allow him to get no further than midfield.
Looks like number 6, Chris Mosher, on the reception. A 6'2" senior, weighing in at 170.
Nice gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd and short for Shelton, trying to keep this drive alive. And you'd think, Josh, that near midfield, that they might be going for it. This could be 2 down in territory, being down by 18 points with only 5:30 to go in the 3rd quarter.
No doubt in my mind, Shelton needs a big play right now, and if they don't get it, you're probably going to see him don't do it again on 4th.
McIntosh gives the ball to Tato. Tato, he keeps his legs driving, Nice little pass play there. He was out in the flat, and he will have the first down easily, getting into Wolf territory. So a costly holding penalty on the defense on a 4th down punting situation for Shelton has allowed Shelton to hang on to the ball as they are now getting into Wolf territory, putting the ball down at the South Kitsap 36. Shelton doing a nice job keeping this drive alive.
Moving the ball on the South Kitsap defense up and down the field.
Mosier and Philpott split wide to the right. They hand the ball off to big Ryan Patterson. He doesn't get much on the play. They tried to hit him on the quick dive.
Tell you what, can't say too much about number 45. John Fuchs sticking his nose in everything tonight. You see him out there on special teams, defense, and offense, filling in for a banged-up number 34, Chris Anderson.
He gained a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Shelton. They continue to split 2 wide receivers to the right side, maybe hoping to catch the defense off guard. McIntosh hands the ball off to Tato. Tato, some small steps on the inside of that interior of the offensive line. Pitter pats his way for a few yards on the gain. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for Shelton.
Strong kid right there, number 22, able to use his legs to keep the momentum going and get those few extra yards at the end of the run.
Tato only a sophomore, so that's good to know for the Shelton coaches, getting that young man back for another 2 years. It'll be 3rd and short. Shelton, and that's going to be offsides on the defense. Nice job by McIntosh drawing the defense offside. That's number 58, Clayton Hutchins. He was drawn offside.
A little bit over anxious right there. Number 58.
Jumping the gun a little early there. And I think that will result in a first down for Shelton. First down for the Highclimbers. Slowly chipping away here. Getting down to the South Kitsap 25-yard line.
Climbing back into it, that's for sure.
Tato in the backfield in this I formation. They hand the ball off to him. But he's not going very far. That big defensive line. Big 45, big John Fuchs there to stop Tato, and he says, Tato, this isn't Kansas.
Great job by the South Kitsap defense, filling those gaps and hitting them hard.
Practically no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Highclimbers in Wolf territory. McIntosh takes the ball under center. They hit another quick handoff. A little confused here on all these quick handoff plays here for the Highclimbers. Haven't been doing a whole lot. That was number 36, Brandon Smith. A couple of these quick hitters just haven't been gaining very much. You'd be thinking that they would try and get that ball to the outside. Unable to do so.
Great job by the defense, shutting down the running game for the climbers, for the Highclimbers, and wearing down some clock time.
So Shelton with the long 3rd down play here, trying to keep this drive going. As time is winding down in the 3rd quarter of play with just 2 minutes to go, still down 18-0. Now Kieberts is in at quarterback. He fakes, rolls to his right. He's looking for a man, and he's got him in the short flat at the 20-yard line. Looks like the pass is complete, but not much on the gain right there.
Number 36, Brandon Smith. Great job pulling that ball in off the ground.
So a big 4th down play here for Shelton. Shelton has the ball at the South Kitsap 20-yard line. They need to convert here to keep this drive going, trying to get some points on the board. As they send 2 wide receivers to the left. Kieberts keeps the ball, tucks his shoulder, keeps running down, and I don't think he's going to get it. That could have been McIntosh on the play, and it was. McIntosh came back in, but he kept it rolled to his left, just tucked it under his arm, and away he went, but he was unable to get the first down, so I'm not sure what Shelton was trying to do there on that offensive series.
Looks like a hanky on the field right there. I don't know what's going on. Oh, wait. Sorry, that was the football.
It's a good thing to know the distinction between the penalty flag and the football there, Meek. As Fullington hits his man, he's got Big John Fuchs. Look at Big Johnny, he's got the ball out. He's hit hard down near the 45. Are you kidding me? Fullington was flushed out of the pocket, rolled to his left. A very tough pass. Fuchs caught the ball, was heading towards midfield, and then he was just nailed down to the ground. But a nice reception and big gain by Big John Fuchs.
Great job pulling the ball in right there. But another thing that maybe you didn't notice, number 5, Hiram Davis, coming across with a huge block on the high climber defender.
So the Wolves get a little breathing territory here as they took over on downs. Shelton had the ball for a little drive most of the third quarter, unable to capitalize. South Kitsap is on the move from their own 45. A blitz coming by Shelton. Victor Valle is going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of half a yard. It'll be second down for South Kitsap. And it looked like Shelton had the blitz on that play, snuffed out that running, stopped him cold.
Looks like the Wolves right now might want to just run some time off the clock. Third quarter running down.
Fullington checking the play, heading back to the huddle. We might see a snap here before the end of the third quarter as we wind it down. There's now only 10 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll see what Fullington decides to do. As they do, they pitch the ball to Valle. He tries to cut up the field. He stumbles a little bit, trips up. He's going to be taken down hard as he crosses midfield. But that'll be it for the third quarter of play. At the end of the third quarter here, we have the South Kitsap Wolves leading the Shelton Highclimbers 18-0, as we will exchange the football on the sides of the field. The Wolves doing a nice job of shutting the Highclimbers out here on defense, and the Wolves look like they could be possibly on their way to the first shutout of the season. I think we're going to try and get a sideline report from Amy Powell. Amy, what do you got?
Okay, I'm here with Allie Ryan, homecoming queen. All right, so how does it feel?
It feels really cool. I don't know, it's like, it hasn't really hit me yet, I don't think. It's just like, it's homecoming tomorrow, so I'm really excited for it. It's really fun.
That's great. And so what was the coordination like yesterday?
It was pretty crazy. It was, I don't know, it was just a lot of fun, and it was really nervous, and yeah, I guess.
Great. So, were you expecting this? How long have you been waiting for this?
For tonight, or for what?
Oh, for being homecoming queen, were you?
Oh, I wasn't expecting, I don't know, I was really surprised. It was a lot of fun though, so.
All right, that's great.
All right.
Have fun, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, back to you announcers.
Well, here we are at the start of the, thanks Amy for that sideline report here as we are getting ready to get back into play. South Kitsap will have possession at the Shelton 46-yard line, leading 18-0, heading into the final quarter of play as we have another penalty. Number 17, Jake Bowling, 6 foot, 173-pound junior for South Kitsap at tight end. And he's a little quick to jump the gun here, so I'll scoot him back 5 yards.
Looked like he was pretty anxious to go hit a high climber defender right there, Jake Bowling.
I think we got a promo coming up here. Let's check out the TV screen.
While we were away, Victor Valle with a big gain right there, looked like about 16 yards, while Mr. Bowden was helping the cheerleaders out with their third quarter end routine right there.
Got to show a little bit of school spirit up here. The great cheerleader corps as Cody McCulley gets the ball at the 40-yard line, but he's taken down quickly. Nice defensive play there. That was number 23. I'd say his name, but we don't have 23 on our roster here. So a nice job by Cody McCulley with the reception. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Wolves at the Shelton 35-yard line.
That quick one-step drop looks like it's been open all night for Mr. Fullington out there, and the Wolves have been pretty good at executing that play.
Meek, you mentioned the cheerleaders, a great core of cheerleaders that we have here at South Kitsap High School. Try and get their names out here after this 2nd down play. As Fullington hands the ball off to Victor Valle, but he's not going anywhere. Taken down quickly, wrapped up. That looked like Isaiah Tato. And Tato says, "We are in Kansas, and you're not going anywhere."
How about those cheerleaders, huh? We got Samantha Dias out there, Jessica Giusti, Allie Ryan, Rachel Valberg, Shayna Coyer, Emily Winslow, Cassie Edwards, Stacy Givens, Stephanie Walters, and Mallory Atkins. Just a great group of young ladies out there to get the crowd going and get these Wolves on the right track.
The Wolves break the huddle, come out in a 3rd down play here. 3rd and 5. Fullington, he hits Cody McCulley with a quick out. Just gets past the 30-yard line. It's going to be close. He might have the 1st down.
Once again, hitting that quick out right there, Mr. McCulley with the great hands out there. Don't need gloves. Who needs gloves?
And it is. It will be a 1st down for the Wolves. Key 3rd down play there. Nice job by the Wolves to keep this going. Ball just inside the 30 at the Shelton 29. Hiram Davis now in the game, split to the far right side of the field. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle, but he's quickly taken down. Actually, he eludes a tackler.
Great job breaking the tackle right there, Mr. Valle. Victor moving his feet and breaking that tackle.
Valle looked like he was going to be taken down quickly. Kept his knees driving. Scooted forward for, instead of a gain of 1, we'll call it a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Wolves at the Shelton 24-yard line. So the Wolves threatening again here as we're now under 10 minutes to go in this homecoming game here at South Kitsap. Fullington hands the ball off to Valle, but the Highclimbers, they climb over a few offensive linemen and are able to stop that running play. Nice defensive stop by Shelton. And it'll be 3rd. No gain on the play, maybe a loss of 1. We'll call it 3rd and 6 for the Wolves.
Highclimbers weren't fooled on that counter play right there. It was a great job of the defensive end staying home and doing his job.
So if Shelton's going to get anything going, they better hope that it stops right here. The Wolves just looking to try and run this clock out, come away with a victory as Fullington drops back. He's got a man for a screen. There's Victor Valle at about the 24. He's going to sidestep his way. Will he get into the end zone? No, he's just up short. We'll call it the 1. A little screen pass out to the left side. Fullington to Valle. He had a lot of room to run.
Great blocking right there by the wide receiving core. They're not really known for their blocking abilities, but they did a great job hanging on to their defenders and opening up a hole for Victor to run through.
As Shelton will call a timeout here, and the Valle got down to the 2-yard line. Almost got in for his 4th touchdown of the evening, and he just might get back in there in that power I formation, and he could get number 4 tonight. So Victor Valle having a big game here, the senior in his final home game of the regular season.
Great opportunity right now to punch one more in for the Wolves.
I think that's part of the motivation and drive behind many of these seniors out here, knowing that they may not be able to play on this field again this year, even though in 3 weeks we will have a crossover game, depending on the standings. South Kitsap remains in first place of the Bridge Division. We might be lucky enough to host a crossover game for the ninth week, the ninth game of the ninth week of this season. So the Wolves break the timeout. Shelton hoping to stop him here. The Wolves out in that power I formation from the 2-yard line. Valle is the tailback. Fallington hands the ball off to Valle, puts his head down, tries to get in, and the officials signal that he's down. So Valle doesn't get in. It'll be second and short, second goal for South Kitsap.
Good job down there defensively by the Shelton Highclimbers, climbing their way to that tailback.
South Kitsap wearing down Shelton a little bit here late in the game. Anthony Aguirre and Big John Fuchs. The blockers for Valle. Valle gets the call. There he goes. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Victor Valle with his 4th touchdown of the night.
Huge night for Mr. Valle, and coincidentally scores the 24th point for the Wolves, number 24. Great job by the 5'10" senior.
Victor Valle, the senior tailback, gets his 4th touchdown of the evening from 2 yards out. His first 2 touchdowns, longer runs of 38 and 63. Then he gets in, his 3rd touchdown was about 3 yards out, now from 2 yards out, as Hiram Davis attempts the extra point. And the kick is up and good. So the South Kitsap Wolves get on the board here one more time, and they lead the Shelton Highclimbers 25-0 with 7.5 remaining in the game. Nice blocking up front there. Nice job, a big hole.
Good push by the offensive lineman. Great call.
Easy for Valle to get into the end zone. So the Wolves getting a little more momentum here, making things a little bit easier on themselves, leading 25-0. And this is a nice cushion for the Wolves to be ahead here at their homecoming game at South Kitsap.
Great job by the South Kitsap team, concentrating and getting into the zone one more time.
Cheerleaders getting a good workout here. All the points being put on the board.
Big night for the South Kitsap offense, scoring their 4th touchdown.
Hiram Davis waiting for the signal from the officials. Kicking off at the 40. It's a low liner heading to the left side. It'll be fielded at the 10-yard line by Shelton. The ball carrier heads up to the left side. 15-yard return up to the Shelton 25. That was number 37, Alonzo Bellin. 5'4", 145-pound senior running back. So Shelton, a long way to go. They're going to have to put some points on the board here, but with only 7:23 remaining in the game, not trying to jinx anybody, but it looks like things are a little bit out of reach, as Tommy Patrick is now warming up on the sideline. So Patrick might be coming in to see a little bit of action as well. Shelton McIntosh has the ball. They pitch the ball off to Tato. He's being hunted down. Devin Spencer says, "You're not going anywhere except down on the ground." So nice tackle there by Devin Spencer and number 41, Charlton Mason. Big John Fuchs in on the stop as well.
Having a huge night right now, Mr. John Fuchs, number 45, as well as the rest of the South Kitsap defense, holding that goose egg up on the scoreboard.
A gain of only 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Shelton, as they send Robbins and Philpott to the right side. McIntosh fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looks like he's going to keep it, looking for a receiver now. His intended receiver was 36, Brandon Smith, and it looks like he just threw the ball at his feet, trying to escape a sack out of the pocket. The pass was incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long for Shelton.
Good decision right there by the quarterback to get rid of the football and not take the big loss.
Shelton trying to get something done here. They send 2 wide receivers to the right. McIntosh takes the ball, fakes a few handoffs, rolling to his right, looking for someone downfield. He's got a man, he's got Robbins, and the pass is complete. McIntosh hits Robbins at the 37-yard line, so they keep the drive alive.
Good tackle right there. Number 24, Victor Valle, getting some time on defense as well. Hit him as soon as he caught the football.
So Shelton stays alive here, keeping the drive going and stopping the clock by getting out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 37. McIntosh looks over the defense. They hand the ball off to Tato. Ooh, and he's hit hard by another pack of Wolves there. Not going to, oh, his forward progress keeps him going. I thought maybe his forward progress would have stopped, but we didn't hear any whistles. They kept it going, but he did. He kept inching his way forward. Might be near that 1st down marker, but it looks like someone's getting up a little slow. There was quite a big pile of players in there.
In that group right there, number 54, Rob Thomas, getting some time at defensive end as well as number 27, John Shepard.
South Kitsap would like nothing more than to stop Shelton from getting into the end zone at all this evening. As McIntosh gets ready under center, they hand the ball off to Tato. Stutter steps, puts his head down, tries to go over one of his big offensive linemen up front there. For the most part, the offensive line for Shelton's been doing a pretty good job of creating some big holes there, but they've been unable to capitalize as Devin Spencer comes limping out onto the sideline.
Good point about the offensive line getting through the defensive line, but those linebackers have been really stepping up. Number 27, John Shepard, and number 45, Jonathan Fuchs.
Big John Fuchs doing a good job tonight here. McIntosh, couple of handoff fakes there. He's looking for a man. Another rollout to the right. Oh, Robbins was the intended receiver, but slipped near the 40. The pass went sailing over his head. Victor Valle on the coverage. He comes up limping a little bit. This is where both sides, especially the Wolves, have to be real careful. They don't want to get anybody hurt, especially with such a big lead.
It's a great idea, and number 24, Victor Valle, coming out of the football game right now. Stretching out a little bit of a hamstring or something.
Valle missed a game a few weeks ago with a bad hip flexor. But he's back in action again. They hand the ball off. That was number 38. Keola Peralta with the handoff. He didn't get much on the play. In fact, he's going to lose a little bit there. It's going to be 4th down for the Highclimbers, as it looks like they might elect to punt the ball away, and that's usually a sign of saying that we're not going to be able to score. And and a poor kick that goes almost completely straight up, takes a South Kitsap bounce backwards.
Looks like about a 15-yard punt right there.
Not even that. The ball was placed at the 49-yard line. South Kitsap will get the ball at their own 41. So you get a net total of 8 yards. Now you know things aren't going well when you're only getting 8 yards on a kick.
Yeah, that's been a tough night for Shelton. Haven't been able to get anything going, especially on offense and special teams. Number 11, Tommy Patrick, stepping into the game at quarterback right now, getting a little bit of time with 4:35 left.
Tommy Patrick in, handing the ball off to John Shepard. He spins around, but he is wrapped up. That's number 36, Brandon Smith. Shepard, a junior. John Shepard, a 5'8", 176-pound junior, in for the Wolves at tailback. I can imagine that Victor Valle will be done as the South Kitsap coaching staff will try and get more substitutions in. Tommy Patrick, the junior, in at quarterback for Fullington. Shepard with the handoff. Slips a little bit. Slippery conditions now getting down onto the field here as it gets a little bit cooler in the evening. A loss of a couple on the play. It'll be second down, or it'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Wolves.
Not much going right now for the running game for the Wolves. They're just trying to grind the clock out right now and get as much time off there as possible.
South Kitsap would like nothing more than just to keep this clock running. Enjoying a nice 25-0 lead. Patrick hands the ball off to Shepard, and he's hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Are you kidding me? That's what you call the big stick.
Woo! What a great tackle right there. Looks like is that number 41? Couldn't quite see that one right there. A great stop right there by the Shelton defense.
Looked like number 36, Brandon Smith, so the Wolves will be forced to kick the ball away. It'll be 4th and 13 at their own 40-yard line.
Well, there's a little confusion out there on the punting unit.
Nick Anderson will be standing around his 28-yard line for the punt as the officials throw another flag. This will probably be a delay of game.
Looks like the Wolves were a little bit confused at who's supposed to be on the field right there. Looks like they might have only had 10 guys.
Some more faces in the crowd. There's Travis Vetters down there. Nice to see him back, a former South Kitsap standout. Michaela Zern. Looks like Jamie Fedock. Nice to see all these former South Kitsap grads returning back home. Nick Anderson is awaiting the punt.
You know, that's what homecoming's all about, coming back, see the old alma mater, enjoy a little football.
Oh, Anderson with the punt, and the ball was tried to be fielded by Alonzo Bellin. He came running up quick. The ball hit him hard, and he fumbled the ball as the officials are trying to uncover some players here, and they do. The Wolves recover it. So a turnover by Shelton gives the ball back to the South Kitsap Wolves, and that should do it here with about 2:11 remaining here in the game.
Number 45, John Fuchs, in the middle of the action once again, recovering that fumble. And looks like the Wolves might just kneel it down and call it quits.
Big John looks like he's a little winded coming off the sideline, but he's had a big game offensively and defensively. We might even just give him the credit for that fumble recovery there. So the Wolves have a 1st down. They pitch the ball to Shepard. He tries to get to the outside, tucks his head down, but he's not going very far.
Good job by the Shelton defense. It looks like we got a whole new unit coming out here for the Highclimbers.
The Wolves will be thrown back for a loss, a big loss of about 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 15, but time is winding down with 1:20 to go here in the game. A couple of more snaps should do it. Shelton won't be calling any timeouts, and the Wolves were going to come away boosting their record to 6-0. Patrick, he hands the ball off.
Looks like David David Robinson on that carry right there, number 95. Getting a little playing time. 5'11" sophomore.
I think that was 93, Jeff Coulon with the carry. It was either 95 or 93. So we're getting some reserves into play here. And with only 40 seconds left in the game, this should be the last snap. South Kitsap will come away with the victory. Here at the homecoming game, Joe Knowles Field at South Kitsap High School. Tommy Patrick hands the ball. He hands the ball off to David Robinson. And that should do it here, as the South Kitsap Wolves are going to enjoy a 25-0 victory as they will run their record to 6-0.
Got to give credit to the entire defense out there tonight. Secondary covering up their men in the big inside guys stopping the run.
Nice job by the Wolves as they come away with the homecoming victory, beating Shelton 25-0. We'd like to thank the staff and the crew from the video production here at South Kitsap High School for putting on a very good show here this evening between the South Kitsap Wolves and the Shelton Highclimbers. I'm Darren Bowden, and I'd like to thank Josh Meeker for joining me here in the booth this evening as the players meet at midfield to shake hands, and the Wolves are going to come away with a 25-0 victory over the Shelton Highclimbers. We've enjoyed this week here at South Kitsap High School, the homecoming week. Tomorrow night is the big dance, and the Wolves will now be on the road for a couple of weeks as they will travel next week to Port Angeles, and then in 2 weeks they will be heading to Gig Harbor. Following the Gig Harbor game, South Kitsap will be in a crossover game with the Bay Division of the Narrows League. So, again, we'd like to say congratulations to the South Kitsap Wolves in the 25-0 victory over the Shelton Highclimbers. And for Josh Meeker, I'm Darren Bowden. So long, everybody.